Yes, okay, I can see yes. Thank you. Mamadou, yes. Biosafe Advocacy, okay, yes. Do we have any other person? There is no right or wrong answer here. You may not have experienced such, or just drop in the chat. Okay, I can see Sana saying yes. Okay. Thank you so much. And please, you can just keep it coming. I want to ask, is there anyone who wants to come off mute and share with us very briefly, maybe just in 1 minute, your experience? You said, the question is, have you ever volunteered in a role, project, or event that helped you develop a new skill? Yours might be that you developed a new skill from that volunteering role. Yours may also be that you discover your leadership potential. You didn't know that you had that capacity, not until when you volunteered, or probably yours was that it's unlocked, opportunity for you after volunteering. So I can see so many yeses in the charts. Okay, can anyone just come off mute and share with us in just a minute? All right, Dr. Ravikant, please go ahead. Come off mute and speak.
Please unmute your mic.
Uh, yeah, thank you for this very wonderful opportunity to, and it's a great start towards the biosecurity and the biosafety learning. So I'm here to reflect on the volunteerships that I had opportunity earlier in India. As a public health professional and a clinician, I got opportunity to work with the LGBTQIA community in India. I worked with on the standard of living, then WASH initiative, then the community building, capacity buildings, and various grassroots activities. I got engaged and volunteered with the cause and the prevalence of various STIs and various communicable or the infectious disease in that community. That was a very first time experience for me to volunteered in such a big community. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Ravikant, for sharing. That's so inspiring. And I want to believe that we have some other folks on this call who had um, similar or related experience. So, because of time, I may not be able to take further responses. But do you know that the skills you gain there or the ones you will gain here in Biosafety Advocacy Network might be the exact key to your next big opportunity. It's just a reflective question, right? You may not necessarily answer, but do you just realize that the skills you gain there, maybe outside this network, or the ones you will gain here, might be the exact key to your next big opportunity? Just reflect. However, most people see volunteering as just free labor. They see it as um, a platform to just render service without getting remuneration and then add it to their CV. Right, beyond adding it to your CV, in reality, it's a sandbox for high level leadership and global skill building. It's a platform for you to acquire skills, requisite skills for you to become a better version of yourself. All right. It's an opportunity for you to lead on a global stage. Um, and one interesting thing about volunteering is that you plant seeds for a harvest you can't yet see. I'm pretty sure that some of us might have planted some seeds sometimes ago that it didn't even germinate, not until um, maybe a few months' time that you start seeing it sprout out, from the ground, and later you begin to harvest. So that is just what volunteering is. It's like a seed that you're planting today, but you are not even sure when you will reap what you are sowing. Okay. Now, what volunteering is about? Volunteering is an invitation to several things. and I'm going to mention them one after the other. Um, the first thing that I want us to understand here is that it is an invitation. It is not just it is not a directive. No one directs you to go and volunteer. You are not under compulsion to volunteer. It is from a willing heart. You intentionally sign up for volunteering, okay? And the organization invites you to join them in their movement. So it's an invitation. But invitation to what? First, it's an invitation to contribute. Volunteering is an invitation to contribute and not an invitation to consume. So many people see volunteering as an opportunity to consume. Let me just come there and share national cake. Oh, I heard or overheard that NGOs, they usually make huge amount of money. So let me also share in this national cake. They came on board just because they want to consume and not to contribute. All right. And what are the things that you should contribute in volunteering? Of course, you can contribute your time, all right? You can contribute your skills and other resources that comes to your mind or something within your capacity. So it's an invitation to contribute. And don't forget, time in this part of the world we call it money, right? Time is money. For you to have sacrificed your time, for you to have volunteered your time, your availability for a particular cause, it means that you are a honorable person. You are someone to be cherished. You are someone to be respected. And that is why even in abroad, all right, they cherish volunteers even more than their civil servants. So volunteering is an invitation to contribute. You have that time to give, not because the time is there. We all have 24 hours in a day, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are tall or short, whether you are fair in complexion or dark in complexion. We all have 24 hours. However, what differentiates you from others is the ability to, tender part of your time for volunteering, making use of your time judiciously to create impact, to ensure that lives are getting better. All right. That's 1 hour that you volunteer. That 2 hours of time that you volunteer goes a long way in creating a lasting change in the society or in the community you find yourself. So the skills that you have, some of you brought a special skill on board. It is also an opportunity for you to contribute that skill to the betterment of not only the organization but the society. All right. Other resources. As a matter of fact, volunteering can even take money from you. There are times we have this wrong mindset that, oh, once I'm volunteering, it is the organization that should always provide money for transportation, for logistics, and all that. Yes, why we encourage that? There are times that you may even need to, sacrifice your own money at the expense of volunteering. All right, probably 20 $20 is allocated for transport logistics, but you are paying like $30 just to do what, just to be able to carry out that voluntary service. So it's at your own cost, all right, but you are volunteering. So sometimes volunteering is an invitation to contribute your time, contribute your skills, contribute any resource within your capacity to the organization and for the betterment of the society. All right. Another thing is that it's an invitation to connect. It's such an opportunity for you to build meaningful relationships and networks. All right. You connect with like minds. If you do not have that mindset that you want to change the narrative in your community, in the society, as the case may be, you may not be here today. So it's an opportunity for you to connect with people who are passionate as yours. It's an opportunity for you to connect with people who are change makers just like you. All right. You connect with people from different African countries, from different countries in the world, even from people from different ethnic groups, religious groups, and socioeconomic status. I cannot count the number of people whose contacts are on my phone, all right, just from volunteering. I've been able to meet several people both within and outside Nigeria just because I volunteered. So it's an invitation to connect with people of like minds, people who are as passionate as you, all right, and you build a great network of people who can help you in one way or the other. Another one is that it's an invitation to collaborate. You are not just connecting just to have so many contacts list on your phone. It's also an invitation to collaborate, to work with others rather than compete. In this part of the world, so many of us we just we enter into a particular organization just because we want to compete with them. We want to compete with people who are already there. We want them to know that yes, we have arrived. It is not an invitation to compete, it's an invitation to collaborate. And what are you collaborating? You are bringing your skills together, you are harnessing your skills just to create a change in the community. I remember when we were in secondary school, we were taught social animals in biology, and I learned collaboration from social animals, especially termites. Um, Looking at them, looking at that colony, you see that they have king and a queen, they have soldiers and they have workers. The king and the queen are the reproductives, all right? We also have the workers. The workers are the ones going out there to fetch for food and all that, while the soldiers guide them. The soldiers are the ones that actually stink, not the workers. So anyone who wants to invade into their territory, the soldiers stink. So they work together, and I want to believe that that is where the concept of division of labor comes into play, right? Where you bring your own skill, another person brings his or her own skill, and then we harness everything together. We collaborate just to do what? Just to achieve a common goal. So we have a common goal. And as a matter of fact, even Biosafe Advocacy Network has a goal. So, what is the goal of that organization? Then it is expected of you to bring your own skill, for me to bring my own skill. We harness everything together, we collaborate, and then we achieve that common goal. And that is only possible through collaboration. And lastly, volunteering is an invitation to create a change. And when we say change here, we mean lasting change, sustainable change. It's not just a change that will fade off in the next 1 year, 2 years, or thereabout. It's a lasting change. Uh, Interestingly, we have the Sustainable Development Goals, 17 of them. All right. And if you want to volunteer effectively, you must have a niche. For me as an individual, I created a niche for myself from that 17 SDGs. At first, you may want to start doing everything. You don't even have a clear roadmap of where you're going. But as time goes on, you begin to create a niche for yourself. For me as an individual, I pitched my tent with SDG 3 as good health and well being. Um, Due to my background, my background in my first degree in clinical biochemistry, right? And later I added SDG 4, which is quality education, right? Knowing fully well that sometimes even SDG 3 can be achieved with SDG 4, quality education. And of course, I added SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, maximum of 3 for me. All right. So yours too can be like that. You can create a niche for yourself from the SDGs, which will, I'm sure, is going to end by 2030. And maybe after that, another one will be created again to suit this contemporary time. Initially, it was Millennium Development Goals, all right, but later it changed to the Sustainable Development Goals. And as a volunteer, you should be able to create a niche for yourself. You should be able to know your focus area. So when your name is being mentioned, people know that, oh, this one is dedicated to SDG 3, which is good health and well being. All right. Now, my volunteering journey. I want to share with you my own personal experience. So it won't be as if, oh, this one has only come to share theory with us, but this is something I've experienced over time, over 10 years of progressive experience in volunteering role, right? The first one is YAG Africa KDI, that's Kempa Development Initiative, and VSO Voluntary Service Overseas. I volunteered with these organizations many years ago, and I want to tell you that I gained my currency. Of course, money was not given, but I gained advocacy and community engagement skills. So fantastic. I make bold to tell you that I developed my community engagement skills through these organizations. There were people that I also gained access to. I mean, high level stakeholders, talking about commissioners, talking about, the deputy governor of the state, talking about monarchs in communities, people that ordinarily I wouldn't have gained access to if not for volunteering. So volunteering opened those doors for me, right? And there's another one called the Volunteers Plug. I volunteered for this organization, also known as the Eminent Services Consult. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the 6 months volunteering experience with them or volunteering journey with them, which is actually signed, we signed a memorandum of understanding. Okay, I'm going to spend 6 months with you to contribute to the organization and all that. So I was given a recommendation. In fact, not one recommendation, I was given recommendations. All right. And beyond the recommendation, that voluntary experience actually sharpened my public speaking skills. There were times that the founder of the organization would just call on us and say, look, each and every one of us must present on a particular topic. She will give us that topic, and then we are to develop the slides, okay? And on a particular day, we are going to present. I never knew that that was actually sharpening my public speaking skills. So that is what I gained from the organization, despite the fact that I also contributed my own quota to the organization. I received professional recommendations. Even if you check me out on LinkedIn, the Volunteers Plug founders recommendation is still there. It got to a point that she even gave me a lifelong recommendation through an editable document. She shared the document with me, and I can always, edit it, adjust it to suit my purpose, and then submit it to any organization that needs recommendation. You can see what that actually earned me. It earned me something that money could not buy. So many people today, they join volunteering organizations, I mean, they join volunteering just because they want to make money. But I want to tell you that that is a wrong mindset. There are several things that volunteering will give you that money cannot buy, right? And as a matter of fact, it will even fetch you more money. But I'm coming to that. So these recommendations are something that I personally cannot shy away from. Even this last week, this same person that I volunteered for, recommended me for a particular event. It was paid for by her. Some people were paying just to access the event, just to be a participant in that event. But me, I didn't pay a dime. This same person recommended me and paid on my behalf. But do you know one interesting thing about this is that I've not even seen her physically before. I volunteered with her organization, but I've not seen her. Even as I speak currently, I have not seen her before physically. We only met virtually. I volunteered remotely, all right? And I received so many recommendations, both online and offline. So that's the currency of volunteering, something beyond money. Another one is the BAN-MD, that's Medical Doctors Mission Inc. I volunteered with them, and later I also served as the health equity champion or advocate for Slum and Rural Health Initiative, that's trained. And that gave me a contract job, which is IVAC. IVAC is International Vaccine Access Center. I gained health equity advocacy, research, and public health awareness, skills, and I got contracted with international organization. And one of it is IVAC. Do you know that when I served as BANMD volunteer and Slum and Rural Health Initiative volunteer, I was not earning anything. It was free of charge. I was doing it just to build myself and just to contribute my own quota to the organization. But it fetched me something that today I'm proud of. HIVAC is not just an international organization, it's an international organization that pays you for what you do. So I got contracted with them, and I must confess to you that the money I'm even earning from them, even if it's just a 3 months project with them, it's more than my gross salary altogether annually. And when I say annual gross salary in my place of work now, I mean the 12 calendar months puts the salary all together. What I have benefited from that organization in the space of 3 months is even more than that monetarily. So what I'm trying to say is that your volunteering experience can actually open doors for you that you cannot fathom yet. I remember that night when the application a link was sent to me by a particular person that I volunteered with before from Abuja, Nigeria. The person sent me that link, and then that was even the day that application will get expired. I mean, the deadline for that application. I jumped on it immediately. I filled it. There were questions that they asked. They asked for my volunteering experience. Have I volunteered with any health related organization and all that? I filled BANMD and Slum and Rural Health Initiative Shane in the application process. And after 3 weeks or 4 weeks or thereabouts, I got a congratulatory message. I never knew that it would change my life. All right. And that is just because I had an experience and I was able to put it in my application process. That was in 2024. And fast forward to late 2025, this same HIVAC reached out to me again that are you available? Are you available again because we have another project? I said, why are you asking me that question? I'm available now because there's big money I mean, cool money in it. But I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I didn't volunteer, if I didn't give my time, if I didn't give my skills, if I didn't give my resources to volunteering. All right. Now, there's another one I need to rush because of my time, and that is 1 million teachers. I volunteered with them as a mentor. All right. And then there was a time that I came up with a book and I shared it with the CEO of 1 million teachers. Please help me to review this book and write the foreword. That's what authors do. And then this man read through and he asked me a simple question. Sunday, how much will this book cost you? Do you want to publish it? I said, yes, I want to publish it. And he said, okay, give me the cost estimate. I rushed back to my publisher. How much is it? He gave me the cost implication. I returned it to the CEO of 1 million teachers. And do you know that within 24 hours, I received the money in my account that I should go ahead and publish the book. That was my seventh book. I published it and I didn't pay a dime. This is just because I'd volunteered with the organization. But beyond the published book, I developed mentoring and coaching abilities. And that was what I leveraged to secure my current full-time role in Teach for Nigeria. Because when I applied as a coach in Teach for Nigeria, they also asked for my voluntary experience. They asked, okay, have I had any mentoring and coaching experience before and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I put it there. 1 million teachers was there. So what I'm saying in essence is that beyond what you are seeing now, you have a great prospect, even as a volunteer. And there's another one, the Lanterns International. I may not want to delve deep into this. I volunteer with this organization from passion to promotion, moving from one school to another, just to, sensitize learners, students on drug abuse and some other things like that. I planted that seed in the year 2021, the seed of volunteering. But do you know that it germinated in the year 2026? I got a political appointment despite not being a politician. Please underline that. Despite not being a politician. I'm not a politician. Even as I speak with you right now, I do not belong to any political party, but I got a political appointment. And that was just because I volunteered with that organization in 2021. The same founder of the organization, appointed me because he got a particular offer with the state government. And then my name was just included as part of the political appointees, despite not being a politician. I repeat. So if you are planting the seed now, you never can tell when it will germinate. And other fully funded fellowships, other voluntary experiences that I've gathered so far. I won fully funded fellowships, including the Yale RLC, as was read out by the moderator, Carrington Youth Fellowship Initiative of the United States, and so on and so forth. All right. So, and one thing about this fellowship is that they would ask you to write an essay on your volunteering experience. There's no two way to it. You cannot even go to ChatGPT and cook it. If you want to cook up one story, they will know because they are also AI experts from the back end. So, and when you are presenting something real, they will also search you out. They will find out from the back end. They will go to your social media handles to check if you have actually done something related to that. And this is why I want to also emphasize on storytelling. So anything you are doing, maybe with BAN, all right, this network, try as much as possible to publish it, tag the organization or the network, let people out there see it. You are creating a digital footprint for yourself. And the currency will come in, this same time. It may come in form of, fully funded fellowships. I got travel opportunities. It was even through volunteering that I first entered the airplane, I must confess to you. So all of these things does not just come up once. It requires your consistency. It requires so many commitments, all right, from you. As I am coming to conclusion, as much as I would have loved to make this session so interactive, I am considering the time given to me. All right, things to bring along into volunteering. Number one, an open mind. Please, if you are in this network or you are just joining, come with an open mind. Come with a willingness to learn, a willingness to serve. And when I say serve here, I mean selfless service and grow from new experiences without expecting immediate rewards. Sometimes people say, you hear volunteers say, oh, they are using me. Let them use you now. And there will be a time when the reward comes, you won't even remember those who used you again. That's the truth. So come with an open mind, a willingness to learn and to serve selflessly. You should also bring along with you core values. What are the values the organizations have? The organization have. And what are your own personal core values too? Is it integrity? Is it honesty? Is it commitment? Is it time conscious or time management and so on and so forth? These are things that you should bring along while volunteering. I make bold to tell you that people remember your core values more than your name. That's the truth. Sometimes they may forget your name, but they will remember your core values. They will say, "Oh, that guy that is so committed. Oh, that guy with integrity. Oh, that lady that is so ambitious, so hardworking, who works with a team, and so on and so forth." Come with core values because these core values reflect your personal and organization um, these are things that reflect your personal and organization's core values. Okay. And the last one is positive vibes. Come along with positive vibes, positive energy. Be enthusiastic about the work you do. If you are in the research team, if you are in the advocacy team, if you are in this or that team, ensure that you bring positive vibes. You must exhibit positive energy. and commitment towards work, towards this volunteering role. Don't say, oh, I'm not being paid now, so I will just do my own and then forget about it. But the truth of the matter is that those who are bringing positive vibes into volunteering role, they have an edge over others who are, who are so passive, who are not so active, who are not enthusiastic about the work they do. All right. So, in conclusion, when you volunteer, all right, you have you unlock personal and professional growth. You develop yourself personally and professionally. I know some of you come from different um, background, professional background, you understand, but this is an opportunity for you to develop yourself both personally and professionally. While you are acquiring soft skills, you are also acquiring hard skills, also known as technical skills or technical skills. All right. And you also unlock true leadership, which is called service. Many people parade themselves as leaders just because they were titled. But you, as a volunteer, you are unlocking that true leadership potential in you, which is selfless service. And you unlock global opportunities. I cited some examples for you here, right? Opportunities, fully funded fellowships, opportunities that you may not even think of right now, but they are waiting for you in the future. And it unlocks lasting impact. There's something that you create that will outlive you. Now, even when you leave the stage, all right, that thing will still be attributed to you. That impact will still be traced back to you in a way. Yes, your name may not be mentioned. They may not engrave your name in that particular project or anything. But deep down within you, you know that you have created a lasting impact. There are some people that we have empowered, right? That we give, we carried out empowerment projects, we empowered them with some stuff like that. And then today they are living fine. We might have lost contact with them, but deep down within us, we know that yes, we have created a lasting impact. We have changed the narrative in the society, maybe in the health sector, education sector, or any sector you find yourself. And this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop with this quote. Your greatest opportunity may not come through your course of study. I know some of you are students. It may not come through your course of study. It may not even come through your current job, but through the service you voluntarily offer. So, how are you committed to volunteering? And this is where I'm going to stop. Thank you so much for having me. I do not take this for granted. Over to you, Madam Moderator.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Can everyone hear me? I want to confirm. Okay, let's give um, our facilitator a round of applause, an emoji round of applause. Yeah, thank you so much. I want to drop into the chat box. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's drop in. Thank you so much for um, this wonderful presentation. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, we want to leave the floor open for questions. I want to add that Mr. Sunday happened to hand over to me as the Slumber Rights Initiative, state coordinator here in the states, and he's someone that I also look up to as a volunteer. I've seen him, being a volunteer for a couple of organizations with so much impact, and I know he's someone that, if you ask questions, he could answer you because he has the practical experience. Yes, so let's ask our questions. I look forward for us asking our questions. You could just raise up your hands, your virtual hands, and oh, I can see Dr. Ravika. Okay, you can unmute and talk. Yeah, you can unmute.
This is an insightful session I have ever had. Because, yeah, exactly. The can say the volunteering having that much of capacity to impactfulness towards any interventions. And this is very wonderful opportunity to understand this all uh, by this initiative. I can say that the strong desire, teamwork, capacities in all kind of work needs very much important, plus very much important to the successfulness or the impact of that any kind of program, initiative, or intervention. And uh, we need to work for that. That's very important because the in the type of prevention we have learned that the primordial prevention is very much important to tackle the burden of tertiary or the secondary or tertiary kind of facilities. So the I can see this advocacy or awareness is the primordial to reduce or mitigate the waste to the burdens of various kind of burdens. We can see the prevalence of any kind of infections or the initiatives, any kind of infections or the manifestations. So this is very important to collaborate, to advocate with the collaborative efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your inputs. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm sure that everyone um everyone who had heard what you said, you know, volunteering is an opportunity to create impact. Yeah. So I could see a question by Benita. She's asking, are there volunteering opportunities at Biosafe currently? Okay, yeah, let me answer that question quickly. Yeah, recently, a few weeks ago, we pushed out volunteering opportunities, for different units in BioSafe. I don't know if you did apply or you're just knowing about that. The application are closed, but you can still keep in touch with us. We have I don't know if Faith could also help me input our community WhatsApp link. You could join the community. So if there are opportunities, you could just you get to know about them, and we share opportunities on the community page. Yeah, I also want to know, even when I ask any question, there are a couple of questions as student. If you're a student here, I know you have questions. Okay, I want to ask Mr. Stone on behalf of the students here. So how do one balance, volunteering with school activities, yeah, how do someone volunteer? Yeah, I would like to get that from you. So how do we my balance time? Yeah, that is my first question. And secondly, volunteering means uh voluntarily giving your time, your resources without getting paid. So how do someone in a situation like Nigeria where we are facing economic hardship, how do one try to navigate the economic hardship and volunteering, and one is still impacting communities around them. Yeah, thank you. So, Anna, my first question is, as a student, how do you balance your time around volunteering opportunities? I want to improve my CV and all. Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for uh, those wonderful questions. Let me start with the first question, how you are going to strike a balance between volunteering and maybe your study as a student. Anytime I speak on volunteering and time management, I usually talk about 4 Ds. There's something I call 4 Ds. The first one is do. The second one is delegate. The third one is delay. And the fourth one is delete. Now, and that is the time management matrix that I usually tell people to um, imbibe. Now, the first one is do. There are certain things that you must do as a student. In fact, your school is your utmost priority. All right. You are sent to that school to study. That's your number one priority. It's urgent and very important. We call it UI, urgent and important. That is the do. There's another one called delegate. Maybe as a student, you are involved in several other activities on campus. If you are a leader by position, you can, delegate responsibility. You shouldn't be the one doing everything. Today you are here, tomorrow you are there, and all that. So try as much as possible to delegate. And before you delegate, you must have identified people who have similar competence, just like you, people who have the same passion and all that, so that your effort will not be watered down. So there are times that you have to delegate, all right? And there are also times that you have to delay. There are certain tasks that you have to delay. Okay. Now, if that is not so urgent, but it's still important, you can do what you can delegate. You can delay it for a while. Okay, this thing, let me schedule it for maybe tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you are postponing things. It's just because um you are a good time manager. All right, you know what should be done as and when due. You know what should be done as and when due, and that is delaying some tasks. And then there are some tasks that you have to delete. Some of these things are the things that are competing with our time. That are the things that are taking a lot of our time when we should be productive, when we should be on the volunteering field, volunteering, changing the lives of people. We are there, browsing the net, on social media, doing things that are not even contributing meaningfully to your life. All right. I'm not saying that you shouldn't surf the net, but why surfing the net? Is it contributing to you in a way? So if it's not contributing to you in a way, then you have to delete it and focus on something that will give you, that peace of joy. I mean, peace of mind and joy within you. All right. And for me as an individual, when I volunteer, there's this joy that wells up within me. So I try as much as possible to prioritize what are the things that I should do. And volunteering, don't forget, is not every day. There are times that you have to volunteer remotely. There are times that you are just expected to release maybe 2 hours of your time out of the 24 hours that you have. Just that 2 hours, you release it. Within that time, you know that, okay, this time is dedicated for volunteering. The remaining time, you should learn to prioritize, okay, what is the next thing for me to do? Am I to read my book? Am I to jump on any assignment and some other things like that? So when you are having effective time management skill, I tell you, you'll be able to navigate your way through. You'll be able to strike a balance between volunteering and your studies and even your work, because we have some people who are working, they may not be students again, but yet they still volunteer. You would have asked me too, that how do I strike a balance? I work as a full-time leadership development coach with my organization, and I still volunteer. But I do this by doing what? By ensuring that I create enough time for volunteering. I create time for some other things too. This particular time is expected to be for volunteering, and this particular time is expected to be for my personal work or something else. So you must learn this or develop this time management skill so that you'll be able to strike a balance and one will not affect the other. That's the first question. For the second question, um, can you paraphrase again? Okay, I remember you said in this present economic condition where we find ourselves, maybe in Nigeria, for instance, I don't know for other African countries, in Nigeria where there is economic hardship and all that, how do you still thrive as a volunteer? I think I paraphrased it well. The thing is, try as much as possible to focus on one or two things. All right. You are not expected to do so many things at the same time. Now, if you are volunteering for this band network as an example, focus your attention on it rather than doing a lot for so many other organizations. The ones I mentioned while I was speaking the other time, they were done at different times. In fact, sometimes I would just volunteer for 2 or a maximum of 3 organizations that I know is within my capacity. I don't do more than what I have the capacity for. So I don't bite more than I can chew. And that is what we should do as volunteers. You know that, okay, the economic condition is not smiling. You have to maybe cater for family and still do volunteering work and some other things like that. Try as much as possible to at least limit yourself or focus your attention on one maybe organization, for instance, and then when there is time for maybe any other one like remote work that you feel this will not affect you, then jump on another one. So you have to think critically before you even jump on volunteering rules, okay? Because you are giving them that notion that you are willing to work for them free of charge. You are willing to work to grow yourself too. And that's why I don't usually like saying that you are giving it free of charge. You don't volunteer free of charge. Maybe I should correct that too. You don't volunteer free of charge. In one way or the other, you are developing yourself. In one way or the other, you are getting one thing that even money cannot buy. I think I mentioned it while I was speaking the other time. So, why volunteering? Know that you are only trying to develop yourself while also doing some other things that pertain to you, like your studies, like your work, and some other things like that. So, do not bite more than you can chew. Focus on one or two, and then with that, you'll be so much effective and productive. I hope I answered your question.
We are fast, our time is fast spent. I want to entertain one more question. Uh, oh, you dropped your hand. I wanted to Mamadu to ask, I don't know, maybe his question or a question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for presentation. I'm Mamadou Bundu Kuraba from Guinea Conakry. I really appreciate the presentation. I learned more with with volunteer things. But my question is this: I just need a little bit clarification about really how can we manage with our work and directly with the volunteer, because as myself at the first time I was working in NGO as a volunteer, but now I have more than 35 years old. I understand I'm using the opportunity I learned from that time. But right now, I see myself, I'm a little bit hard. I cannot do the volunteer job right now. But I understand you have experience on that. But for myself, professional job are more getting me now. I just need a little bit clarification on that. Please, can you help me? How can I manage my time to do again volunteer, because I love it. I still love it. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mamado, for your question. Yes, you are more than 35 and you feel it's so hard for you to continue volunteering, but let me say that not all volunteering roles require your physical presence, okay? There are times that you just have to volunteer remotely, and I'm sure that organizations are also flexible enough to ask you if you would volunteer physically or remotely. So there are remote volunteering roles that you can apply for that may not even take you outside your room if that's what you want. And there are some that will take you outside of your room too, and that is if you signed up for it. Okay. But now that you are overwhelmed with some other responsibilities, maybe outside volunteering, and you still want to volunteer, I would just advise that look out for volunteering roles that you feel you can fit in. I know some organization will ask you during the application process that how many hours can you volunteer with them, or how many hours in a week can you give out for volunteering. Okay, some will say 2 hours, some will say 4 hours, some will say 6 hours in a week, depending on the time that works for you. And that is why I started initially by saying that volunteering is an invitation. It is not a directive. You are not coerced to join volunteering. However, when you volunteer, you gain requisite skills, you develop yourselves and all that. And if you don't want to become expired, all right, you need to keep on learning through volunteering. And you can always do that even remotely. It may not necessarily be something that will bring you out of your room. It may just be something that you do remotely or virtually, and you will still deliver excellent results. So that is just it. It all depends on how you view your time, what you are doing currently, how is affecting you as an individual, so that your work will not affect your volunteering role, and volunteering will not also affect your personal work. The two should go together, because there are things that you even learn from volunteering that your current full-time job may not offer you. All right. So, and that is the essence of volunteering, whether remotely or physically, but know something that works for you. For some people, they may still have that energy, they may still have that power to carry out volunteering role physically, but some, they may not have that capacity any longer, maybe due to age, maybe due to um, some other technical reasons, beyond the person's control. However, the world is now a global village through internet. Okay, so you can always volunteer remotely, and look at your time. Tell the organization that this is the hours that you can spend with them um, per week, per month, and so on and so forth. So you have that understanding even before you delve into any volunteering work. Thank you. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We've spent good time. So thank you so much for answering those questions. We do really appreciate. And on behalf of the founder and convener of Biosafe Advocacy Network, we want to thank you for coming to share out of your word of experience the 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 presentation was very practical. So someone is asking, is BioSafe volunteering opportunity country specific or open to anyone? Yes, it's open to anyone. It's open to anyone. Yes, as much as you can contribute and you feel in, you fulfill the criteria or the eligibility to volunteer. Thank you so much. So quickly, Faith, could you help project the slide? We want to talk about one of our programs that will be coming up this month, July. Yeah, this program is one of our very prestigious workshops, and is the dual use research of concern and responsible use of the life sciences. This is a workshop which will be bringing vast and experienced experts, in the biosecurity space, and we will have opportunities of having practical case studies and interactive sessions, the WHO, aligned learning. And why is this workshop very important? It's so important for us to know about how science can be ethical. It's also an opportunity for you to learn more about biosafe and biosecurity, the global governance framework for biosecurity and biosafety, knowing more about, biorisk management, emerging technologies. as we all know that our organization BAN is really focused on biosafety and biosecurity, and what are the key learning areas? They are listed up here. This is what you'll be learning during the workshop. And it also comes with you having running a course, one of the courses on DUA, use of of research of concern on WHO, the WHO Academy. And gracefully we've extended the time for application. It's gonna be it should have included June 30. We extended it to July 10. So you have opportunity, to attend, and it's open to a couple of people. If you're a researcher, a scientist, a public health professional, laboratory personnel, student, academics, and if you're a biosafety, biosecurity, practitioner, policymakers is open to you. And you're, like I said, you have a lot to learn. So don't miss it. It's going to be happening again from July 22nd to July 23rd. So we look forward to having you. The same mode, Zoom is going to be having virtual, and we are going to be having a certificate of participation. It's an opportunity for you to network with experts, in the field. Yeah, thank you so much. So we look forward. We are going to be sharing after the event today. We're going to be we're going to be sending emails for you to apply. Do well to apply. We look forward to having you. Yeah, thank you so much. So we're coming to the end of oh, okay, we're going to attend to those. You said the WHO Academy site is giving issues. We're going to attend to that. Yeah, we're going to attend to that. So we have come to the end of today's section. I would like to invite the convener of the Biosafe Advocacy Network, a woman who is very invested in young people's growth. I want to say that if you join BAN, it's an opportunity to learn from an expert. She's a big time expert in the biosafety and the biosecurity space. And because of how we're here. So I want to invite Dr. Judith Okolo to, give a closing remark. Yeah, thank you. Let's give her, an emoji, a virtual emoji. Yeah, so let's give her a virtual emoji. Let's give her a virtual emoji as I hit the mic over to her. Madam Judith, are you online?
Hi everyone. Apologies, Dr. Judith Okolo is not
Okay,
here at the moment. I don't know if I'm
okay.
permitted to stand in for her. So, thank you very much everyone for attending today's webinar session on volunteering, and we are glad to have you here. There's a saying that without our participants, everything we organize is basically null and void. So thank you once again for joining. And the recordings of this webinar will be made available on our YouTube channel at Biosafe Advocacy Network. So please do well to go back to watch it. And also, like Emmanuel said, you can apply for the workshop coming up later this month. Just click on the link shared via the chat, and other details will be sent to all registered participants. So thank you very much. Over to you, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Faith. Faith is the national program coordinator, and we are here because of her, because she has brought up, these amazing programs for us. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us. So I look forward to seeing you July 22nd to 23rd. The way to apply for the workshop. And like she has said, we're going to be sharing the slide. We'll be speaking with our speaker, and you can also connect with him. I don't know if our speaker can share his LinkedIn profile, but we're also going to send it as an email, so you can follow him up on LinkedIn and you can also learn from him. So thank you, Mr. Sunday. We are really grateful to have you here. Thank you so much for sharing from your word of experience. And I want to wish us, everyone, anywhere you're joining us from in Africa or in any part of the world, want to wish you a very, very wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of the day. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. We're free.